can give me the phone mic?
Yeah, but it's very fast.
Just 5 minutes because it's going to be
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, that's it. Until then, just prepare. I'll tell them what it's going to be. Okay, I'm expecting a caller mic. Okay, you already know my name is Mamta Fomra. I'm the designer and the creative head at Black Mamta Fomra. Okay, so this is, I'm not going to give you the regular speech because what I understand is all of y'all in this room are smarter and better. And I think because of your positive attitude, you've been here. So, but percentage of smartness will probably decide later. In the interim period, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to a small activity. And I'm waiting for the caller mic. And until then, I will tell you how it will work. I'm going to give you cards. Okay? And the cards are going to be distributed like this. Somebody is having an aeroplane, or the other one might have a barber, or somebody has having a nail, and somebody will have a carpenter, and then the hair. All you have to do is connect with one another somehow in terms of survival, sustainability. Do you get that? Somehow you connect with one another in terms of survival and sustainability. If you are able to do that, that doesn't mean you're a winner here. Okay? So it is fine if you cannot do it. Only do it if you have the conviction that you can make it through that. Is that clear? Any doubts here? Does the panel has a doubt? Yes. So I'll be waiting for the mic. Give me another 2 minutes, and the mic is coming. Okay? And while I'm doing this, how are you supposed to connect? Okay? This rope will go to people. Okay? How will it go? Suppose Dia gets hair. Okay? So Dia will call, I got hair. Okay? And then Dia will ask for people who can connect with hair. Whom do you think can possibly connect with hair?
Barber.
Yes, traditionally a barber. Who else? Who else? Sorry? Beautician, hairdresser, woman. Okay? Yes, human being. And there could be many more things here. You got to be innovative and creative in connecting with people. Okay? So, and then the rope moves accordingly. So the Dia's rope will move to the person who is getting connected. Then she will call for people, okay, with her card, and then you got to move the rope there. You're sitting in your place, only the rope is moving. Okay? And if you are fully convinced by the fact that you can survive this, then hold it with 2 hands. If you feel you can only survive with one, then hold with one hand and the other hand remains in the air. And if you feel that you cannot survive, just sit and do nothing. Okay? And remember, if you sit and do nothing, that doesn't mean you're a loser. If you are holding both the 2 hands, that doesn't mean you're winning. Do you have a doubt? Please come
I
in.
have a question. What do you
Yes.
mean by survive with it?
Sorry?
When you say if you can survive with it, what do you mean?
If you can survive. Okay, now if she has hair and if there is a barber in the room, she knows that she has a lifelong hair to survive at that barber, or the barber knows that she has a client lifelong to cut the hair. Am I right? But the rope will again come back and end here. Okay? Somebody would need the hair to survive. You got me? So this chain is going to be complete. Do you get that? Or maybe the pilot or the aeroplane. Does that make more sense to you? Okay, right. Farmer or the grass or the giraffe. Does that make more sense to you? Okay. Do you get the column mic? Yes. Can you adjust it here? Okay, I will. Any more doubts?
You have to cut down the timings, no? That mic timings. Follow my timings, you have to cut down. Otherwise, you will. From 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, so better to cut down the 3 minutes.
Sorry?
Mic time.
I'm not waiting for this. Okay? I will continue. Can all of you all pick up cards quickly? Quickly, please. Any one card, please. Would you like to have the card here? Yes. Dear, here's your card, darling. Okay. One more thing. Okay. Do all of us have cards, please? All of us in the room have cards? Yes. Okay. So, whom do I start with? Sweetheart? We have grapes. Anybody who would like to connect with grapes? Right? Any remote possibility? Quickly, connect. Okay. What do you have?
Farmer.
Farmer. Quickly. Anybody with farmer? Come on. Farm. Sun. Wonderful. Okay. Sun. Anybody with sun? Come on. Yes. Umbrella. Okay. Two of you all can connect. Two of you all can connect. The world is like that. Sit in your place. Sit in your place. Sit in your place. Yes.
She
has to come up. Who is she?
What's that? I could not
What's
hear.
that?
Sunflower.
Sunflower. Who's sunflower? What do you want to connect with?
I'm sun.
No,
I'm
it's
connecting to sun.
sun.
I want to connect to sun.
Sun. Oh, the sun is very popular. Yes, sun gets two hands. Anybody else? Anybody else?
What do I hold?
Sun to grass? Come on, ma'am. Sun to grass?
And sun to sunflower.
Sun to sunflower. Who's sunflower?
She's sunflower.
Okay, sunflower. Super. Okay. Who else? What else? Jug. Water? Anybody has water? Sorry? Farmer needs water. Jug? Yes. Sorry? Watermelon. Anybody who wants to eat watermelon? What do you all have? Tomato? Bat? She has a bat. Anybody with a bat? Anybody who can connect? Anybody who can connect? Nail? Okay. Anybody? You can take the mechanic. Somebody? Do you want to connect with nail and the mechanic? Give to her. Okay. Do you want to connect with the mechanic and the nail? Okay. Farmer? Oh, farmer again needs a mechanic? Okay. Anybody else? Sorry? Orange with the farmer. Super. With time. Okay. Everybody needs time management, but who would need time? Who would need time? Okay, doctor needs time. Look at that. This is a smart guy. I like the guy in the suit. Okay. Yes. No. Yes. Anybody else? Who needs? Puppy. She wants to grow up. Okay.
The grapes need time to grow as well.
Oh my goodness, this girl is smart. Anybody else who would like to connect?
Grapes.
Grapes. Okay.
Great. You can connect to tomato again.
Yes.
Yes, farmers with tomatoes.
Food for energy to play.
Wow! Yay! That's the positive attitude. Okay, you connect. Are we all in the room connected? No, who is not? Egg? Come on. Doctor, wouldn't you prescribe eggs?
I would.
Come on, please. Hold this. Dolphin? Dolphin, can anybody suggest dolphin to what? This is balloon, sorry. Watermelon? Okay, I want to eat the watermelon. Hold it, sweetheart.
Play, not eat.
Okay, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Is that well connected?
We have kite here.
Sorry?
Teddy bear.
Teddy bear? Okay, done. Teddy
Puppy
bear.
wants to play with the
Puppy needs to play with the teddy bear. What a connect! Whose item was that? Okay, hold this. Yes. And forward it back to me. Okay, she gets connected eventually. Okay, all of us in the room, are we connected?
We have a kite here.
Kite?
Fish.
Fish.
Fish
Okay.
and dolphin.
Please, can you pass the ball, please?
Fish and dolphin.
Fish and dolphin are the same family. Yes.
No.
What an idea, sir.
I need a kite also.
You need a kite also?
Under the umbrella, I will fly
What
with
a
the kite.
way.
Oh, okay. Looks like. Okay. This drama unfolds here. All of you are well connected.
Not the fish.
Yes.
The fish?
Fish and dolphin.
finishing.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
your attitude that's getting over. Yes.
Attitudes, get in the way.
If the rope is finishing, you get closer and you allow to connect with everyone. Is that clear? Yes. Now, what does this show you guys? Who's having one hand and with the conviction of two hands? So all the ones with two hands, hold it like this. You're fully convinced that you're going to survive. With two hands, with one hand, hold the other hand in the air. Very good, guys. And people who are not at all convinced that you can survive? Is anybody there in the room? Oh, I told you, all you guys are smarter than me. Okay, now, people with two hands have great conviction for the fact that no matter what they choose, no matter how they link, they have the attitude, the determination, the drive to survive. Okay? So they hold it tight, exactly like the topic says, positive attitudes drive performance, because you're holding it tight, you're not allowing it to leave. Remember the previous speaker, what did she say? It is your conviction that matters. And once you're fully convinced by your positive attitude, you will hold it tight, you're not going to leave it. And the worst part is, if you're a woman entrepreneur, you will do every one bit to see to it that you do not fail. Leave alone survival. Leave alone survival. You will do every one bit to outsmart the other one in the world. Sometimes, these days rather, most of the times it is you want to outsmart the male counterpart. Am I right? And people with one hand, I will only tell you, you're not in the wrong boat. Your attitude is not wrong. But all you need to do is hold it tight. Because if one hand gets loose, what happens? You slip. But if you have both the hands together, even if you're tired, even if you are not able to perform, even if you think you have slightest of the doubts, your other hand at least gives you the grip. So imagine you're at the cliff of the hammer. Okay? And this side you go, it is death, and this side you go, it is hell. And you have both the hands alternatively will try to hold it. Okay? Until the rescue team comes. In life, rescue team never comes on time. Please remember, they're always late. Death arrives faster than that. Okay? So, all we have to do is, yes, so all you have to do is that you've got to hold with two hands. So, that's another thing. Luckily, there was nobody in this room who did not have both the hands free. So, which means, as I told you, all of us are already in the right track. Slight bit of conviction, a little more of positivity, and a little bit of more of your emotional quotient attached to it will make a lot of difference to what you have. Is that okay with you all? Yeah. Did you all enjoy the game?
Oh, yes.
A big round of applause for all of us here. Thank you for this.
That was a name.
Oh my Lord, he nailed it. Nailed it, yeah. Oh, Lord.
Did I finish on time? Did I finish on time? Okay. That was more important for me. I don't need it back. Thank you.
A very warm evening to one and all present here. Before I come to the topic, I would like to share a little bit about myself. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm Chavi Sharma, that's my name, the title holder of Mrs. India Asia International World. I'm also heading Coffee with a Difference in the foundation called SUCH, which is in 7 countries working on SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. It works with United Nations. I'm also a life skills coach, and I'm proud to share that I'm a homemaker too. Now if I get back to the subject, That is, positive attitudes drive performances. What do we understand with the term positive attitude? According to me, it is nothing but perception. The same situation, same circumstances, anything can be positive for one person and negative for other. But what is the difference? One is a pessimist while other is an optimist. To make it simpler, if I can give a simple example, which I'm sure you all must have listened ever since your childhood, that I have a glass. Now what do? It's half empty or half full. For a pessimist, it's half empty. For a realist, it's half full. Now what about the optimist? He's grateful that he has a glass and also the opportunities to fill that glass. Can I ask you what's the reason that I'm standing here in front of you and talking on this particular subject? Can I ask you what is the reason that you all are sitting here and listening to me? We all have come from different cities, different places, different countries, chose to come here. We are here for this WEF. Why? I believe in this formula we call BCD, which if I can elaborate on, B means birth, D means death. In between whatever happens, what is that? The day we are born and there is a day we'll die. In between whatever is happening, what is that? That is our life. And how our life is designed. Why my life is so, the way it is. Here comes the role of C, B, C, D. C means choices. The choices we make designs our life. I chose to be part of WEF. I chose to speak on this particular topic. That's why I'm here. You all wanted to come and listen to me. I'm glad and honored. That's why you are here. So these are the choices we make. If I can share an example from my own life, I'm proud to be married to the olive green and my husband who served Indian Army for more than 2 decades. Back then when he was a major, many years ago, we were invited for a dinner at his boss place. In the army we call it Colonel's place. For the first time we were at his place. And when we reached there, their 4-year-old son, he was behaving differently. He was throwing all the snacks. He was spitting on the guests. He was hitting his mother. And both the parents were very embarrassed. And I was wondering why he is doing so. And why the parents are not saying anything to him, until I discovered that it was a special child. It broke my heart. I was not happy. And I got back home quite disturbed. Army is a small world in itself, and we all live like a family. So during that particular posting, almost every day we used to meet for family welfare centers, for ladies clubs, for parties and many such events. Every time this child used to behave in the same manner. One fine day, I requested the lady, why don't you take this child to these dance classes run by Shamak Davar. He's a choreographer in India who runs special classes for these specially abled children. She just ignored. I could not resist. Every time I used to meet her, I used to request her, take him there. She ignored. Until one day when it was a big gathering and all the Jawans families and their wives were there, all the officers' families and wives were there. The child behaved in the same manner, the parents were embarrassed in the same manner, and I was going through that agony that I could not resist. In spite of she being a senior's wife, I almost shouted at her, "What's your problem? Why can't you take him there at least once? If you are not okay with it, if you don't like it, you are free not to go for the second time. To my surprise, the very next day, she went to those classes, the child enjoyed the class, and life moved on until almost 2 weeks later, I got an invite that their child is going to perform on stage for the first time. So she enrolled him and he joined the complete course of 18 classes, and then they were supposed to perform on stage. And what is the best part of it? To witness these children happily dancing on stage and the parents sitting in the audience with the amount of happiness, satisfaction you see in their eyes is priceless. Life moved on. In the army, every 2 years you are posted to different stations. They went to some other station. My husband was posted somewhere else, and years passed by. And then, recently, my husband shared with me that the same little boy, who is a young adult now, and over again he joined every time those classes, and every time he was a better, happier child rather, I must say, made our country proud by getting a gold medal in Paralympics. I had the tears of joy in my eyes, and I don't know what was that feeling. I got all goosebumps, and I could imagine the happiness of the parents. But how all it happened? All this happened. It was about the choices. It was about the positive attitude, the choice. Being a junior officer's wife, you feel like you have a number of things to tell them, but you feel, she's my husband's boss's wife, whether I should tell this or not. But I did it. The choice she made, that finally she agreed to it. The choice they both made, that yes, every time my child should go for these classes. So these were the choices. Result is in front of us, that this boy created miracle. On the other hand, I'm a life skills coach too, and I deal from each strata of society. To begin with, from 4 years old to 70-year-olds are my clients. Though you must be wondering, what do I do with 70 years old? So that we can discuss later on. But being a counselor, all the cases that come to me, they are of course messed up and they are too depressed. They all are depressed souls. What is my role? I listen to them. I give them a patient hearing. They speak their heart out to me. I understand their state of mind. And then what do? I just pull them out from their own picture, their life. I make them the third person and now see the picture. The moment they become the third person and they see the picture, they understand they have countless blessings. They have a glass to be grateful for, and they have opportunities to fill it. Thank you so much.
All the best.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great honor to stand here before you today on this very auspicious occasion, a meeting of Women's Economic Forum 2019. Raise your hands nice and high if you, within you, you know that there's something great that is yet to come out, greater than anyone has told you about. Well done. Raise your hand again if I were to give you some simple tools, if when utilized would guarantee you that you live your wildest dreams. Nice and high. Raise your hands. You are in the right place today. We're going to talk about things reminding you of your power, your natural abilities to achieve all that you can, all that dreams, and all those goals, to ensure, to prove to you with the right attitude, you can perform beyond your wildest dreams. But before I do so, I'd just like to take this opportunity to recognize your presence here before me. You know, you could have been in another room, listening to another presentation. But instead, you've chosen to be here. To be here. And I believe that the universe rewards action takers. Turn to your neighbors, ladies and gentlemen. Say, well done, action taker. Well done.
That's the universe agreeing with us.
But then you have to drive.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Diaz. And today, we're going to delve into some really juicy things, juicy facts. But before we even do so, did you know that the cells of your body, they're there just waiting for direct instructions from you? The cells of your body. Did you know that? That in actual fact, you are in the driver's seat of your life. Being in the driver's seat, you are the one responsible for your performance. No one else is. You are the one to give the instruction. As such, your life now, in this nanosecond of your existence, you have created it. In this nanosecond. So the question is, ladies and gentlemen, where are you now? Those goals, those dreams, which you set for yourself, whether it's 1 hour ago, last year, 5 years ago, where are you now in life? Have you performed? Are you any closer to realizing those dreams, those goals? Have you reached there? Are you there yet? And if not, what's stopping you? The cells of your body are listening. You are in the driver's seat, waiting. That job, that financial freedom that he dreamt about last year. Are you any closer in reaching that? The house overlooking the sea in the Caribbean. That doctor's degree. That book that you were supposed to have written 5 years ago. Where are you on the journey? Any closer? Our lives, your life, my life, our life, your performance, is a direct result of your self-talk. The manner in which and the words which you use and the commands and instructions which you give to yourselves, positive attitude drives performance. And as such, ladies and gentlemen, you are the architect of your reality. Turn to your neighbors. Say, you are. Look your neighbors in the eye, directly. You are the architect of your reality. Well done. Well done. And so it is. We ask ourselves, then how, therefore, if I'm not closer to my goals, if I don't have, because I remember me, take myself as an example. I remember with the beta. And what happened? %, 70%, always. A milliliter, always, 90%. Always. Who do we blame? Whose fault was that? If I'm the architect of my reality, and my cells, all they're there to do is to serve me, whose fault, therefore, is it? Or was it my 60 and 70% out of 100? Whose fault is it, therefore, if you don't have your degree and your neighbor has? Is your neighbor? What's stopping you? Whose fault is it? If you are the architect of your reality and your cells are listening for direct instructions from you, that's all they're there for, waiting to serve you. How powerful! You are in the driver's seat. Can it get more powerful than that? Whose fault is it? The devil? Why do we waste our time and our energies being jealous, envious? What for? The power is within you. In my program, Journey Back to Source, it's all about reminding you that you are an all-powerful, omniscient, omnipotent force. You have been created by a force that is all-powerful. And as such, you have that power within you now. You've simply chosen to forget that power. Positive attitude, drive, performance. Your cells are listening for instructions from you. It's all about remembering, harnessing that innate power from within you. To learn again, to wake up to who you are, and to embrace that, and to use that to realize your most magnificent dreams. Positive attitude drives performance. You are worth it. Before I leave you, just one last thing. Share this poem with you, which has formed my life until now. It's called If. If you think you're beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win, but you think that you can't, it's almost a jinx. You won't. If you think you're outcast, you are. You've got to think high to rise. You've got to be sure of yourself before you could ever win that prize. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or the faster man. For soon or later, the man who wins, or the woman who wins, is the man or the woman who thinks he can, she can. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you. If you wish to network with me, I've got my colleague who has a paper. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, Journey Back to Source, Diaz Richards. But if you wish, please feel free to leave your details on the sheet at the back, and I will send you more information. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your energy. Thank you for being here. It's been a a great honor. Thank you. Yes.
We can take pictures so that we know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Stay.
Oh,
Come, please.
okay. Good.
The projector's only a